the awesome Anderton Boat Lift.
Interesting fact though, if you look at this side of the window, not such a nice view.
No.
Believe it or not, that is its good side. That is integral to the history of Waterways there. That's the original site of ICI. It's where ICI started in the world, which in the 1980s, the world's biggest company, all started here. And I'll tell you a bit about it.
Yeah,
The reason I want to look at it now.
You want a boat trip?
People work there.
Good guy.
There you go. I'll tell you what, if anyone is in this area, if you've got sort of grandparents in this area still around, if I can talk to the nursing homes, people there all work for ICI because they employ 70% of the population in this area between 1920 and 1980. Fairly big company. They get employed thousands of people here. Then it expanded across the UK and then across the world basically, making some quite interesting products, not just the alcohols, which I'll tell you about, explosives, paints, dyes, etc. So
No, you stand on that.
The reason I want you to look at that is, well, I'll tell you a bit about this. That's the Trent Mersey Canal. And there's a height difference there, about 50 feet 4 inches, which is the rise of waterways to the south. Now, as we go towards Northridge, you know, well known for its salt. It's built on salt, literally built on salt. There's a massive salt sea underneath this. It's also financially built on salt. If it wasn't for salt, it'd be a hugely different area. But the first people you know exploited that site were the Romans. The Romans occupied this area first century AD and actually built quite a business in this area. Because what they worked out was the spring water inside the river that came out contained 8 times more salt than seawater. And they perfected the art, they didn't invent this, they perfected the art of capturing that water, putting it into big metal pans. Believe it or not, they were lead pans, by the way. They wouldn't be good for them. Looking out left hand. Greg will point out any wildlife as well.
What was it?
What he sees
There
is.
is.
Greg question, please.
Look down again.
No, yeah.
Honestly,
No, it's not. There is. No, it's not.
I think he's making it up. There is a pair of grapes here, and they've been here for 2 years, I'm aware of. Last year they didn't have any babies, this year they've had 3 babies. And we saw them about a day old. They were very cute. So maybe we'll see some babies. They usually live on that side. We did see them, yeah. So hopefully we'll see them. They're quite unusual in this
Tommy,
area.
you're going to get told off, get your head
Yeah,
back in now.
please stay inside here.
This is the famous Anderton Boat Lift.
Yoo-hoo! Sadly, we can't go on it because it's broken, but it was first built in 1885. I can't remember how much they said it cost to build it now.
I didn't hear that bit.
No.
We'll be in the museum anyway.
Yeah.
We'll find out more facts and figures in
Yeah,
there.
but it's a really impressive structure, isn't it?
We've been wanting to come and visit this for years. But luckily,
Indeed.
we found that today they're doing a walking tour up round the top
Up
of
there.
it on the working gears at the top.
So this afternoon we're going to go and do that, aren't we?
Yeah. The boat ride was interesting down the River Weaver, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Some
Very
interesting figures. Everything around Middlewich, basically, and Northwich is all to do with salt mining, isn't it?
Yeah.
And where all the salt mines have collapsed, that's what's caused all these rivers and what they call the flashes. Everything revolves around salt, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Aye.
And the factory opposite was ICI, which is where polythene was first invented.
In 1939
But they kept it a secret
until after the war.
because they used it during the war to insulate cables for the radar equipment, which allowed them to fit it on boats and planes.
Yeah.
Whereas previously it was all encased in Bakelite, which was too heavy.
Yeah.
So they never actually released that information or the patent on it until
After
after
the war. But yeah, it's well worth a visit. It was £12 each for the boat trip, and Luna was allowed to go on that one. And it's £12 each to do the tour. Unfortunately, Luna's not allowed to go on that, so we're going to take her back to the boat. She can have a little sleep whilst we go on the tour.
Yeah,
Obviously, we'll take you on that one if we can.
definitely. Apparently there's really good views from up there.
Yeah,
The only
I'm scared of heights, so
The only view I'm interested in is looking at the mechanical bits of it.
it could be a bit scary for me, but I want to do it anyway. So, but yeah, very impressive.
Definitely.
The
we get to go and walk on top of the actual Anderton Boat Lift.
Don't look down.
Well, you don't look down.
No, I won't look down.
I'm not asking you, is everybody all right with height?
No.
You're 50 feet above, or will be shortly.
Yes.
You're going to be 75
No, it's fine.
feet.
It's fine.
You're 75 feet when you get onto the machine.
It's just you don't get a chance to do this every day, do
No,
you?
no,
So,
no,
you know.
no.
So we would have come in there and the boat would have floated in there.
You say you've not been through here on the...
No,
Right.
no, unfortunately.
It's on the bucket list.
It's on the list.
Right. If you do come up, I'll leave it another 18 months before
Yeah.
you're coming back up here. But when you do come up, you would moor up right outside of a visitor centre. And there's a couple of white bollards there. They're cordoned off for people who are going to go through the lift.
Yeah.
If I'm working on the top, on this, we get a running order, we get a sheet, like a timetable, that tells us which boats are due at which time.
Yeah.
And if I'm here, see somebody pull up over there, I'll raise the gate on one of the aqueducts, go out and speak to the crew on there, give them a quick safety briefing, which is nobody on the gunnels, nobody on the roof at any time, no exceptions. All naked flames to be extinguished, children and pets under control, and that's the safety briefing. That's all that you need to do. Are you ready? Yes. Right. Cast off. Turn left under the footbridge. Come into the aqueduct, and please use the one with the gates open. I've had a couple of people who try to barge away through the gates. There's only going to be one winner, and it's not the boat.
No.
And if there's another boat, come into the aqueduct and park or stop with your bow somewhere near the stop sign. Over there. If there's another boat that's coming in with you, if there's another narrow boat, they come in, but they come in alongside you. If there's a cruiser in there, or a couple of cruisers that want to come in, the glass reinforced plastic boats, the yoghurt packs, whatever, plastic pigs or whatever you want to call them, they come in, and rather than going side by side, we put the plastic boats in behind. We don't want the narrow boats crushing the plastic boats. All you hear is a lot of crunching noise, a scream from below, wondering why their feet are getting wet, and a load of bubbles as the plastic boat sinks. If you're side by side, when you go into the caisson, you go in together.
Yeah.
If you are in a cruiser, the narrow boat will go in first, you will moor up stern and bow, and then the plastic can go in with the side of you.
Yeah.
When you get to the bottom, the plastic leaves the case first. It's all to prevent damage from being done.
Makes sense.
You just get two normally. If there's a flotilla of fiberglass boats, it's limited to what size. Yeah, you can get six. You get six in there without any problem. And the record. When you say you're all right with height, we're just going to go up these 3 steps. Both caissons are at ground level, so it takes a few people by surprise. Just looking over, whoa, that's a bit further down than I thought. If you do feel uneasy, please let me know. You won't be you're not be the first, you certainly won't be the last. Just take people a bit by surprise when you look at that. There's nothing that I can do or say that can change that. Heights don't bother me, but if you want to see an angry northerner, put me in a room, small room, and close the door. I'm not a very pleasant person when that happens.
50 feet doesn't sound much until you're up the top.
I'm
So normally one of those troughs would be coming up and the other one would be at the bottom. And then that's where your boats come in and out through there.
I've worked. It's an unusual thing because you've got caissons down there, so it's come up on a tall, when it was working, so one of the caissons would be up here.
Yeah.
So you've got the 2 green rivers and the 2 green ponds down there. The only things that have even slightly interested in it, it's got 2 winch motors here, and they are ouch. They just lift the 2 gates down there, the river gates and the caisson gates. When it first starts moving, it takes up the slack on those cables and it lifts an arm up, and as it lifts the arm up, opens up a couple of valves because you've got the caisson gate and the river gate, and there's a big gap in between them called the interspace, and we have to fill that with water. And then when the computer realises the pressure's equal on either side, it allows us to open the gate. It's used every now and again. It's dual purpose. Its main purpose is a swan warrior. When we come, if we're operating normally and the swans are in the basin, the swans associate people with food, and we CRT sell food. They come into the aqueduct, we're not allowed to send them down onto the River Wheel because swans are very territorial. And only 15 wheels, making a total of 72 wheels. If just one caisson was moving, 36 of these wheels would be rotating.
Are these the original gears?
These are, yeah. These were put on 1907, 1908. The one thing you might notice is the shape of the teeth on these gears. They're not straight cut. As was mentioned before, I'm not an engineer. I come from an engineering background, but I have been told that when you've got straight cut gears, when they're under load, they try to force themselves apart, and they wear in the centre of the teeth. If they wear in the centre of the teeth, the chances are that they start to chip, bits could break off, and you don't want that when they've got these great big blocks of cast iron on the end of it. So these were designed, well, these were put on these wheels by a French engineer called André Citroën. He discovered whilst he was out in Poland that the engineers in Poland were using this shape of teeth for the reasons that I've given, that when it's this shape, they're stronger, they spread the weight across the full width of the teeth, and they don't try to force themselves apart. And that's all the teeth on here. Even on the differentials there, on all the wheels, they're all this shape. I did mention it was designed and implemented by André Citroën. He obviously went on to make the Citroën car company, and he wanted a logo for his radiator grille and his boot. So he wanted something simple, so he just put 2 of those, and that's where the design for Citroën.
Is that true?
It is true. When I first came here, I thought that's nonsense. That's an old wives' tale, and I looked it up on various places, and that's exactly where that's come from. But you do find people saying, "Oh, Anderton Boat Lift was instrumental in the founding of the Citroën car company." Why do you come to that conclusion? Oh, because they've got the teeth on the gears. No, it isn't. It's nothing to do with it. But yeah, André Citroën designed it, and that's what he chose as his logo for his cars, and still do today. Each one of these wheels would have held the 2 rows in the centre would have held one cable with one cast iron block on it. The cable would have come up behind that particular wheel, across in that groove, across here, and into that groove. One on this side of the caisson would have come up, the cable would have come up between the shaft and the wheel, gone across that groove, and the 2 weights would have been dangling down the other side.
That's not a very big groove, is it?
It isn't, but the cable wasn't particularly big, but it was just holding on to about 7 tons or 11 tons, depending on which weight it was. Now they did have a safety mechanism, which was every second wheel has got this extra bit on. They had the cable, and they wrapped it around 5 or 6 times, and this end of the cable would have been terminated under a clamp on the inside of the wheel. The other side of the cable would have been attached to 2 cast iron blocks. That cable didn't do anything. It was a loose fit, so it just spun round it didn't actually do any lifting. But if the cable, one of these two cables snapped, that were actually which were actually attached to the weights, all of a sudden this cable, this safety cable, would tighten up and would grip hold of this channel here and stop that weight from plummeting to earth. If it hit anybody, the very best, it would leave you with a bit of metallic taste in your mouth. Oh, the noise.
Compared to what that would have been lifting it up and down with the hydraulic system.
The hydraulic is more or less silent. If you to just listen to one of those wheels, would have been quite noisy. Listening to 18 of them would have been very noisy. Listening to 72 of them would have been deafening. We have had people here who have lived in the area, you know, when it was running, and said that, oh, we lived 3 or 4 miles away and we could hear it operating, so God knows what it must have been like in here. Constant spin, engaging the gears in that covered area, cause this shaft to turn, differential at the other end, and would get that motor would get these 2 rows of cogs. Top of the world tour.
Originally, when the boat lift was built...
No,
yes.
these were added.
No, you don't know what I'm going to say
Oh.
yet.
Start again then.
Shut up. Originally, when the boat lift was built, it was hydraulics, but not using oil. It was using water and a steam engine, which pumped up the rams to lift the caissons up. Over a period of years, the rams rotted away and the whole system kept leaking. So then it was in 1908 they got in touch with a different engineer who came up with the big pulley system, which we can see on top of it now. And
Which is not used.
Which is now not used. But that pulley system was run by a 30 horsepower electric motor, and it used all these weights that are next to us, which they've now used to make a kid's maze out of.
Your cast iron weights.
Cast iron weights that are 500 tonnes. And all that lot would have been hanging off the side of that lift. Mental. There's a picture here showing you of what it was like. Let's turn the camera around. You can
Just see the weights down here. It's not a very good picture, but all the cables coming down the sides, attaching to all the counterweights along there.
Which was what counteracted the weight of the caisson full up with water with a boat in.
Which helped make it work.
Yeah.
But that's not how it is now. But you can still see the cogs for the cables on the top of the thing, but they've just left it up there.
Well, because it's under
it's a heritage
thing, they're not allowed to remove anything from site apparently. So they were told they can't get rid of these cast iron weights. So they thought what to do with them, so someone came up with the idea of turning them into a maze for the kids.
So this is a maze. Amazing.
And it's a bit like all the gear wheels and everything that are on the top there. None of that's used anymore, but they're not allowed to remove it because it's part of the original structure, although not the original structure. And also, when you look at the lift, you've got the legs coming out at an angle. Just walk down here, we'll be able to see them better. So those legs coming out at an angle were added in 1908.
So originally there was just the 5 legs each side, wasn't there?
Yeah, so added the extra 5 each side to counteract the weight that they were putting on top of
It's
all them
effectively
gear
a
wheels.
lid, isn't it? They've put on top with all the gear
pretty
wheels.
much.
Because before that wouldn't have been on there.
But what's impressive is those caissons that are down there in the river that still work. They are the original caissons from way back when it was very first built.
1875.
Yeah. It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
To think they've lasted that long.
It is amazing. It's
And the
just
only
a shame
reason
it's
that-
not working.
The only reason it's not working today is one of the cables has snapped, which lifts up the gate, which allows you to drive your boat into the caisson.
It's the gate at the end of the aqueduct, isn't it?
Yeah.
So this one here is the aqueduct, taking the boats off of the River Trent, not River Trent, the Trent Mersey Canal.
Now would come in.
So they come
there.
along here, and then there's a gate at the end, and the cable on that has snapped. So the actual lift itself is in effect working.
Yeah, they still run it once a month.
Yeah.
Just to keep it working, whilst they're the
Waiting.
powers that be are deciding what they're going to do with it.
Yeah. But they're hoping that it's going to be fixed by spring next year.
So they say.
Apparently, even if they can just get one side working, that's the plan, isn't it?
Yeah.
So fingers crossed, one day we might be able to bring our boat on the Anderton Boat Lift.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed walking around there, but it's quite scary at the same time. It's a nice place here though, isn't it?
Yeah. So what we got here.
The slewing motor.
That's from the Sutton Weaver swing bridge, that is. It's nothing to do
Oh,
with
it's
the
here.
boat
This
lift
is the
at
Sutton
all.
Weaver Spring Bridge.
Yeah, it's on the River Weaver, isn't it?
Yeah. So it's just the area, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a nice little area. The cafe's nice. We had a pizza, didn't we?
Yeah.
That we shared for lunch. And there's a little play area for the kids. It's nice.
But all the money they take here from the tours, the boat trips, the cafe, gifts and everything, all the money goes straight to the upkeep of the boat lift.
And if, like us, you pay to do the tour of the thing, they give you a little badge as well. So
Yeah, Blue Peter badge.
yeah, so not everybody gets these. You have to, only people that have been on the tour get these. So there you go. I walked the Anderton Boat Lift.
There's a little restoration timeline as well.
Yeah, if it wasn't for this, 1976, when it was listed as a scheduled monument,
It'd have probably
it
been
wouldn't
rack
have
of
been.
ruins.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been here today.
Well, look at the picture, the state of it in 1976. How
When
rusty that was.
It closed in 1983 because two of the beams had holes in it, and they condemned it, and it took until 2002 to reopen it. So just under 20 years, isn't it?
And yet, originally, it only took 2 years to build.
Was it 2 or 3?
I think it was two.
Two
it
or
said.
3 years to build, not very long. But yeah. Yes. But it definitely needs to be fixed and up and running again.
Yeah, definitely. It's an important bit of industrial heritage.
It is. It is. Right.
There's a good little model here which shows you better than we can explain it how it actually would lift the boats up and down.
So
you can see the big ram underneath that one that's fully up there.
And that slowly do this.
Amazing, you're 50 feet in the air.
Yeah, I'm just amazed that it's one ram.
Yeah,
They did say there's wheels on the edges, didn't they?
yeah,
to
just to stop it twisting and stuff.
But yeah, just amazing. I think this is really good as well. A wooden,
Yeah, I don't know how long that would have took someone to have made that.
yeah, little wooden model.
Very detailed, isn't it?
Yeah. And
It's even got salt barges in it.
yeah, amazing, isn't it?
So that must have been what it looked like originally,
Yeah, because-
before it had the gear wheels put on the top.
Yeah, and also the river used to come along the bottom
Yeah,
behind.
before they redirected it.
Yeah. So originally, like this bit here is showing, the barges coming up so the salt can go down before
Yeah.
the boat lift was built.
Yeah, they used to shoot, didn't they?
Yeah. Shooting shovels.
And the money to build the lift was a lot of it was put up by Josiah, how do you say his name? Josiah Wedgwood.
Wedgwood, yeah. For the potteries.
Because all his 12-piece dinner services were getting broken in transit.
And horse and cart on the
Bumpy tracks.
bumpy, wonky roads. That was to build the original lift, wasn't it?
Yeah. It's a good
Yeah.
picture, isn't it? But yeah, it's well worth a visit if you come
It
up
is
here.
worth a visit.
Even if you can't take your boat on it.
Even if it's not working, it is still quite a lot to see. If you book a boat trip, which was £12 each, that was good.
Yeah, it was a lot of
Information,
lot of history,
to
wasn't there,
see,
on
and
the,
then definitely worth doing the walking around the lift as well,
especially if you like industrial
if you like that sort of thing.
engineering and heritage.
Yeah, definitely worth coming.